Bobcats. Davis Ragland, pick six. Feldman, that one will get in. That's a good point right there. A shot coming here. That's a goal. Lifted to left center field. Gets off the warning track into the wall. Transition three. Boom! Knocks that one down. And it's a goal. What a beautiful play. Dutton, look what I found over to first. It's a 3-on-1 all the way. Yes. There he goes. Yes, I love it, Coach. You know the words? Let's go. Let's go, Coach. The words.
Next time.
That is awesome. Thanks so much. Brett Umpton and the Marshalltown High School Marching Band is out here with us at Bobcat Live at Wayward Social. We're in the dining room tonight, a little change up. Of course, the weather playing a little role in that. We got volleyball coming up. They got an action on Tuesday. Ladies, 3-0. How about that, huh? Win on the road at Fort Dodge. That was a fun one to call as we had that one for you right here on KFJB-TV. And, Coach, you guys are trying to repeat that Friday night. A little victory.
That's the plan.
Only at home.
That's the plan.
That is the plan. You're going to take on the Mason City Riverhawks. Kickoff is at 7:30. Pregame show will start at 6:30 right here on KFJB-TV. Football, though, really gets going tonight. There was some football last weekend. But tonight, my Buffs play North Dakota State University, the Bison, and the number 2 tight end. Oh, hey, we got some Bison fans because we got some Williams fans out there. Number 2 on the tight end depth chart, I'm hearing, right?
That's right. Yeah,
all right, so what's going on up there?
Hopefully we see a lot of Carson Williams in the game, and hopefully the Bison win.
Yeah. I think you shared something on Twitter that I saw from their playoff game last year. They ran like a buck sweep or something like that?
Oh, yeah, pin and pull play.
Yeah. And their execution of that kind of stuff. Is that in your offense now, or is that something of like past offenses?
That's something that we did a lot when we had Carson Williams. He'd block down and then just open up a giant hole for our guards to pull and kick out and wrap up and lead. And that's something that we've done a lot of in the past. Almost every team in America does it now. You see it on TV all the time, but somewhat, we've got some things that are similar.
Yeah. What's it like to see Carson Williams up there at North Dakota State? He started out at Buffalo, but I mean that's a traditional powerhouse, and it's not just your traditional FCS school that you're the number 2 tight end. I mean that's a premier. South Dakota State is right up there. You look at some of the Montana schools, in that FCS level. So, I mean, he's one of the more elite tight ends at the FCS level to be number 2 on their depth chart.
Yeah, he's obviously we knew he's a very talented player, and just very proud of him. It's a grind up there. Like you said, an elite program, and he's been around some very elite tight ends at that level as well, and he's competing well, and he's put himself in a position to play a big piece in their offense.
So Buffs and Bison tonight at 7 o'clock. Who you got?
Bison. Yeah.
What? Come on. Show Coach Prime some love around here.
I think that's a no-brainer.
Tomorrow night, 7:30, you get kicked off against the Mason City Riverhawks. Both teams 2-7 a year ago. You went up there week number 1. It was kind of reminiscent. There was a cold front that kind of came through. It was still a little bit of a hot night on the road up there. Game didn't go the way you guys wanted it to go. I know you're looking to turn around. Week number 1's been difficult over the past couple of years. Obviously, being at home, though, has to help bring that environment in, that kind of thing. What's your message to your guys here about 24 hours away from kickoff?
Well, the message that we've been giving them is just consistent work ethic and effort. We've had to work a lot this preseason on just building those habits, and a lot of those habits are around the effort piece. And I think from a physical standpoint, from where we were a year ago to where we're at right now is just a night and day difference. We've been getting. I was telling you earlier. I think I should have counted how many offensive plays we'd get per practice a year ago compared to what we're doing right now, and that within itself is going to make sure our kids are well conditioned and ready for a week 1 football game. If we would have continued to do the same stuff we did preseason, we're going to get the same results, and our kids are going to go out there all lackadaisical. But we're hopeful for a different outcome.
I was talking to my buddy who's a head coach up at Charles City. And he said, week 1 is always interesting, especially for the teams that you may not know a lot about. Mason City might not know a lot about your new offense, but also you don't know a lot about them as well. I mean, there's some guys coming back, especially their skill players. They're coming back as far as wide receivers, but their running game, they don't bring back a whole lot. Their starting quarterback was 0 for 4 passing a year ago, and so it's a lot of new for both of these teams. Plus, you've got a little bit of the heat now, granted not so hot like today kind of thing. So how do you kind of manage that week 1? There's obviously a lot of nerves and excitement too.
Yeah, there is. It's kind of staying grounded and sticking to, who we are as a unit, as a team, and putting a lot of focus on how we execute and what we do. Because like you said, we don't have a whole lot of film and information to that goes into our scouting report like we will the rest of the year. But that just makes it so important to make sure that we're out there doing our job, every single play. You
scrimmaged Cedar Rapids, Washington on Friday night last week. What was your biggest takeaway from what you saw from your team in that one?
Oh, I thought we competed well. Fortunately we had it filmed, so we were able to meet with the kids and watch film, and we identified some corrections that we had to make, and we really honed in on those this week in practice. So hopefully we've got them fixed, and our kids are going to go out there and execute and not repeat mistakes. So,
week number 1, of course, Mason City is in town. Over the off season, we talked a little bit about it last week on Bobcat Live, but just installation of a new offense, and maybe some reconfiguring how you do off season strength and conditioning. Has this been the most change in? This is year 8, right? For you?
I don't.
Yeah, I think it's year 8.
Like that.
That's what I have, at least.
It might be right.
Is this the most change you've ever had in a program, as far as running plays, and then also maybe those other side pieces to the big picture?
It's up there, yeah. Either this year or back in 2018, when we went away from our spread zone scheme offense to more of a wing T gap scheme offense, and that was a huge change, and we saw benefits from it. It fit our kids well and put them in positions to be successful, and that we're hoping for the same thing here now.
Jacob Hayes won your starting quarterback spot, as he'll be under helm to start the game tomorrow night. What stood out in camp that kind of helped separate himself to win that job?
Oh, that's a tough question. Like I told you earlier, both those guys, him and Jameson, they're competitors. They got after it. They're not. They don't ever complain. They always ask questions, and it's been a great preseason just watching them get better and really apply what we talk about every day at practice. So. It's and they know, you screw up or you're struggling with something, and they both know I'm comfortable with both of them under center running the show. And, it's not a, yours and run with it no matter what happens.
Mm-hmm.
We've got 2 very good quarterbacks that can do some great things for us.
2 years ago, we saw Davis Ragland at the end of a few games with some really nice runs. Oh, there he's out there now. He's excited.
He finally showed up.
We saw him in his sophomore year get a few runs, a little bit of playing time at the end of the season. And then last year he was a starter and really showed some of his dominance, especially at linebacker. We saw him with a few carries here and there, but really on the defensive side, a special player. I'll remember that Ames pick 6, because, it's always good to get that kind of thing against your rival. But how has he taken a step forward again this year?
I think the biggest thing with Davis is, I'll go back to him as a sophomore when we first handed the ball off to him a few times there at the end of games. We noticed that, he's a tough kid, and he's going to naturally get bigger physically and faster and all that. But, right now he's put a lot of work in the weight room this offseason. He was consistent. He was one of those guys that really understood where he needed to be from a physical standpoint heading into his senior year of football.
There was a ribbon cutting, I believe, earlier tonight for the locker rooms, concession stand area. Is that all wrapped up? We're good to go for tomorrow night?
No, I don't think that's going to be completely done and able for us to use for another couple weeks.
Okay.
I'm not real sure.
Okay.
That was the last I heard. So
yeah, okay.
That'll be exciting, though.
Yeah, for sure. Seeing that whole area come together out there would be good. Yeah. All right, anything you want to say to Bobcat Nation about coming out and supporting football tomorrow night?
It's going to be a great night. I know our kids are excited, would appreciate your support, and hopefully we get a Bobcat win.
Yeah, that is for sure. That's head coach with us here tonight, Adam Goodvin, as football kicks off the season tomorrow night. We'll talk to Davis Ragland when we come back. This is Bobcat Live from Wayward Social right here on KFJB-TV.
Wayward Social is the place for fun. With 20 lanes of bowling, leagues for all levels, great food and drink options, an awesome arcade, there is a ton of fun to be had at Wayward Social. And that's just on the inside. Step outside and enjoy patio life at Gutter Point with drinks, shuffleboard, live music, and fun atmosphere. Follow Wayward Social on Facebook for updates on specials and live music. It is all on South 6th Street in Marshalltown. Visit wayward-social.com to plan your next visit to the place for fun.
You planned and saved for your child to go to college, but medical school after graduation was a surprise. A happy, expensive surprise. Wells Fargo Advisors can help. For more than 125 years, we've created wealth management and investment strategies aimed at achieving our clients' personal financial goals. When opportunities surprise you, turn to Wells Fargo Advisors. Together, we'll go far.
Wells Fargo Advisors is located at 14 East South Ridge Road in Marshalltown. Call them at 641-752-5401. They're a member SIPC.
Marching band. Davis, were you ever in band? You still in band?
No, never in my life.
Never?
I actually used to skip the school musicals.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Fun fact.
Are your parents here? Do they know that you were...
I actually used to always make up excuses and say, like, I had basketball practice, and then they'd drop me off, and then I would just sit there until after the school musicals were over.
But you are supportive of how they support you on Friday nights during the football game, though.
I enjoy music. I'm just not very good at it, so I try and avoid it.
We all got to know our strengths and weaknesses, so that's good. Also, first time we've ever had an Ivy League shirt on the broadcast as well.
Yeah.
Dartmouth is that in your future or?
Oh, I don't really know yet for sure. I took a visit there for football earlier I think it was in the spring. So it was a nice school, but I don't really know for sure what I'm going to do yet.
Yeah. Any other offers or interests, that kind of thing?
Right now I have an offer from Grinnell. I've taken a visit to Wash U, and then I had camps at Harvard, and then I took the actual visit to Dartmouth. Yeah.
You must be, you're skipping music, but you must be really smart in the classroom if you're visiting Ivy League schools, huh?
Yeah, I'm lucky. I have a good family.
Who makes you study?
No one. I think the fact that my parents aren't very heavy on making me study is what makes me kind of want to study.
Okay,
It's a weird thing. It's like reverse psychology. But
yeah, they're like, hey, don't study. And then you're like, wait, I should probably study.
Yeah.
That's funny. Senior season coming up for you. As you I asked Coach about last year and your development. what did you really learn? Because, I mean, being the linebacker out there, we talked about, Carson Williams, and Gannon Williams and Ace Holmes, and I can go a long list of guys who played the linebacker position and played it at a high level here for Marshalltown. So, there's a lot to learn. You've got Duncan Furch there as your defensive coordinator who played football at UNI. And so what did you kind of take gathering all that kind of in your junior year, now propelling you into your senior year?
Well, I'm really lucky that Furch is a great linebacker coach. So, I mean, he's really taught me up with, like, things like guard pulls, watching film, all those different types of things he's really helped me, with. So,
yeah, I'm
lucky to have him. And then from, like, a physical side, it's just getting in the weight room. I feel like I've always been pretty good at getting in the weight room, but I'd say this year I was in it way more than I've ever been in my life.
I see that so much with I'm a Colorado fan, if you haven't noticed. So, anyway, I apologize to – I know. But anyway, I watched some of the weightlifting and training stuff, and that's what, like, I hear them say so much about, like, the freshmen who come into their sophomore year, just the strength and conditioning aspect at the collegiate level. So I know Alan Mann does a great job here. Is that something you've kind of leaned on somebody like him to be able to grow in that strength and conditioning?
Yeah, Coach Mann's really good. I'll always be at off-season lifts. I'll be at end-season, all that type of stuff. And then he's also really good about, making sure we're eating good. And I think that's probably the biggest thing that changed. I feel like I lift a lot, but this year I feel like I've been eating way better. I feel like that's helped me a lot.
What are you eating?
I'm a big steak guy. I love to get my ribeyes in and
ribeyes
and ground beef. It's the two things I live off of.
I like a porterhouse, but they're becoming out of my budget. That's awesome. So what do you try to do on game days, like tomorrow? I mean, it's not going to be as warm as today. Is there anything you're doing special?
I don't have anything special planned. Probably just have some eggs in the morning, maybe some toast, get my carbs in.
Any music you got to listen to?
I'm not really a music person. I'm a podcast guy.
Okay.
Believe it or not. I like to listen to podcasts throughout the day.
I've never used a podcast to get myself psyched up for anything. But
I don't know. It does it for me. I'll turn on a Joe Rogan one, and I'm good to go for the day.
A name drop here on Bobcat Live. All right, so tomorrow, week 1, Mason City is going to come to town. What's the game plan? What do you have to do well tomorrow?
I just say stop number 1 and then just run the ball and run the ball hard. I feel like that's the biggest thing. Number 1, Drew Hobart. If you remember him last year, that's what killed us, that big reception in the middle of the game. And I feel like it broke the game loose. And they started
that was like a
points.
75, 80-yard play, right?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
And I just feel like if we stop him, we're going to have a very good chance tomorrow.
Yeah. Looking forward to it. Week 1 is always exciting. Is there anything you do to kind of make sure your emotions don't get too much of the excitement, all that kind of stuff?
Yeah, I feel like I just try and stay calm and collected. I feel like being a leader on this team, it's just you got to lead by example. So I just always try and keep a cool head during the games.
What do you think of the new offense?
I like it a lot. As a fullback, and I've been a fullback basically about 4 years at the high school. I feel like I enjoy this offense, way more than the more wing stuff. All
right, you blow up a play, maybe you get a sack or a rushing touchdown. Pick 6. I'll go pick 6 against Ames. Or a touchdown against Ames. Which one is better?
I feel like that's a hard choice. I'd say both. Yeah.
Boo! You can't. No cop-outs here on Bobcat Live.
I would probably say the pick 6.
That was I would have to say, I didn't really play on offense when I was in high school. I played defense, but yeah, that was always a dream. Pick up a fumble.
Yeah.
Take it back. Never happened. I wasn't that good, and I surely wasn't taking visits to Dartmouth. That's for sure. Hey. Best of luck this season. Appreciate the time. Thanks for coming on. And by the way, we look forward to tomorrow night. We had our shoot for the preseason. We got a really cool video coming up for it. And Davis is in the video. He's got the American flag in the background. And your brother actually painted that mural on CI Care, right?
My brother did not paint it, but he organized it.
So okay. All right.
He found someone to paint it. My brother takes after me. We're not very artistic or musical people. But.
All right. If I need help with a math problem, I'll call you.
Yeah,
all right.
Sir.
Hey, Davis Ragland with us here on Bobcat Live. Kickoff tomorrow night, 7:30. Watch him. Maybe a pick 6. No pressure there for you, Davis. As you are watching Bobcat Live from Wayward Social on KFJB-TV.
At Sports Plus Sports Medicine and Physical Therapy Center, we customize each patient's treatment plan to their individual needs. What does that mean? It means that not every back or knee problem is treated the same, and that your program will be unique and designed especially for your needs or problem. This improves how quickly you will return to work or sports. The Sports Plus staff is encouraging and takes pride in your successful recovery. This is just one more reason why champions choose Sports Plus Physical Therapy as their favorite place to rehabilitate and train.
McGregor's Furniture and Mattress is your local furniture store in Marshalltown, and they are proud to support Marshalltown Bobcat Athletics. If you want to kick off football season in a new recliner, pass the bread at a beautiful new dining set, or lay up on a luxurious sectional sofa, McGregor's is the right play. Score the mattress of your dreams with an assist from their friendly and knowledgeable staff. You'll be the household MVP when you bring home the winning selections at McGregor's Furniture and Mattress, downtown Marshalltown. Open 7 days a week.
Come on, Jen, I know you know the words. I wanna know. Will you be my girl? Is it If You'll Be My Girl? Okay. Great job by the Marshalltown Band. Give it up. Awesome to have them out here at Bobcat Live. I play trumpet and tuba, so unlike Davis, I love music. And, yeah, I played even at college.
Wow.
And I got a scholarship.
That's
so,
pretty good.
Yeah.
I didn't play. I played the piano for like 9 years, but my players just learned this about me tonight. I was in the choir, in the show choir.
Okay.
And so now they're like, let's sing the national anthem together. That might be interesting.
home opener. I think your first home game on KFJB-TV is not next week because we're at Hoover, but I think it's the following week.
With Ames.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What better game to sing the national anthem than against Ames?
Break it out right away.
And we'll get you on camera.
Hey. Be fun.
Lifelong memories.
That's right. That's right. For everybody, probably.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Congrats, your first win as head coach of the Marshalltown Bobcats.
Yeah, thank you.
And last year we went up there and it was 3-2, and I believe it was, correct me if I'm wrong, it was 2-0. They were up, right?
Yep.
Yeah, they were up 2-0 last year. Came back tied at 2-2 and then lost in the fifth.
Yep.
This year, 3-0 sweep, and really good contest. I thought from the moment your team, I think the first set you came out as 4-0 right away, and never really looked back the rest of the way there in that first set, specifically getting off to that kind of start. How impressed were you with that?
Oh, very. I mean, I think I said it last time we talked. Like, I just can't wait for everyone to see all the hard work that they've been putting in and what we've been doing in practice. And I also recall, like, I'm really ready to go in and stun some people, and I think we definitely did that. So yeah, it was great. They produced exactly the way that we talked about, and obviously we also have some things that we're taking away from it and reflection that we want to continue to work on and continue to grow in. But we're thrilled to get that first win under our belt on the road against Fort Dodge. I think it's been a few times since we got that. So yeah, very, very excited for the start.
And of course, in the second set, they were able to come back and forced you to go 26-24. But the resiliency, right? I mean, because not every match you go through or every set you go through is going to go perfect. But to be able to see them come back but still close it out in the second set, I mean, that probably showed you a little bit of grit you were looking for.
Definitely. Actually, resilience is the exact word I used, and I think Ellie was actually the one who said it too, or maybe it was Gabby when we were talking in the team room. You know, we were just resilient, and those are the things too that I'm super proud of them for. We really talked about how we have to work ourselves out of things sometimes, and that's okay. It's that never give up attitude and that belief that, you know, we can do this. We're we're one team and we're going to do it together. So yeah, I was really, really proud of them for just that grit, I think, that you talked about was definitely shown in that second set.
All right, so 1-0 on the season. Now you have a layoff until Tuesday. What are you kind of doing in this downtime in between matches?
So we're talking a little bit about the film from Fort Dodge, doing some reflecting. What are those things that we need to work on and practice and fine-tune? Some of that is our defense. We're incorporating a new defense that not everyone has had experience with yet, so we want to get really good at that. So we're good at more than one defense. And, we'll scout Hoover a little bit, see what their tendencies are and what we need to do. And then I think you're looking at this too, like team bonding. Almost all of them are here. Some of them had conflicts, but this was something they talked about today, is this is important to them to do things together as a team and really continue to build that connection that we have on and off the court, because that's ultimately going to lead to our success. Yeah, that is for sure. So Hoover's on Tuesday. I know traditionally they've struggled, and I think they struggled the other night. They lost in an early season tournament, a couple of matches, 2-0. But when you look at a team like that and making sure your team doesn't overlook them, right? How do you kind of manage that kind of thing? Exactly. I think one of the things that we really talk a lot about is we get to set the tone. We're in control, and we always need to play our game. And a lot of times, if you do face a competitor that maybe isn't up to the level that you like to play at, it's really important that we continue that communication working together so that we don't drop to a level we don't want to be at. Mm-hmm. So, we'll continue to talk about that. Tomorrow's practice, and Monday we're going to get in the gym a little bit and kind of prep for Tuesday, and definitely just remind ourselves of those things. We never, ever want to overlook anyone, taking it one game at a time. They're all in for that. So looking forward to the week after that too, because you have Ames at home in conference play. That one will be on KFJB-TV. When you look at the Iowa Lions Conference North, are they one of the teams that stands out that you'll really have good competition against this year? Definitely. I think they played Tuesday night and they beat Waterloo in 4, I believe. So they're starting 1-0 as well. We'll do a lot of scouting on them. Already have kind of started to talk about some of the players that they have that we need to keep an eye out for. I think we, coming off of Tuesday, we know who their main hitter was, how many kills they have already internally. So we'll talk about that as a full team and really game plan for that once we get there. But we'll spend the next couple days working on our game plan for Hoover. Ellie Hughes is coming up in a moment. We'll talk with her. I thought she had a really nice match the other night, but even more importantly so, I'll ask her, I think her sister was watching down at Simpson, so we've got a big Hughes following on KFJB-TV. But anyway, what stands out to her and her leadership in her senior year to you that you really enjoy about having her on your squad? I think I mentioned this in an interview, maybe I did for the TR, but for me with Ellie, it's like she plays with joy no matter where she is. I'll tell everyone that. Every time I talk about her, she's playing a dual role this year. She's doing some setting, but she's also a huge part of our offense, hitting as well. I think she had 19 attempts and I think 6 kills, maybe, if I'm not mistaken, on Tuesday, which is huge. She puts up a block. And again, that positive energy that she brings, love it. She's crucial to our team for sure. That's awesome. Yeah, well, we look forward to it. We'll see you Tuesday night, all right? Great, thank you so much. All right, Jen O'Neill, 1-0 on her record on her coaching tenure for the Marshalltown Bobcats. We'll take a quick timeout. We'll talk with Ellie Hughes when we come back on Bobcat Live from Wayward Social in Marshalltown.
Life can take unexpected turns. Maybe you started college, but life got in the way. At Marshalltown Community College, we understand. It's never too late to chase your dreams. Come back to where your journey began. Rediscover your passion for learning and let us help you achieve your goals. Schedule a visit today at MarshalltownCommunityCollege.com.
Marshalltown Community College, a step in the right direction.
Small businesses are the backbone of our community. Marshalltown Area Chamber of Commerce reminds you that when you shop locally, you are benefiting members of our community and adding to our local community overall. You'll find local business owners are generally more knowledgeable, provide better service, and even know their customers by name. Marshalltown Area Chamber of Commerce exists to be an advocate for our business community. Membership in the Chamber benefits your business and adds to the strength of our advocacy efforts. For more information on shopping locally and Chamber membership, go to marshalltown.org.
Give it up for the Marshalltown High School marching band out here, Brett Umphin, and we're going to talk with Winter Banison as well. He's out there playing the tuba. He'll be up here with us on Bobcat Live. Looking forward to that. All right, Ellie, do you play band, instrument, anything?
Nope.
Nothing? Never? Did you, like back in, I think when you go to Linehan, they have you try out instruments. Did you ever do that?
Nope.
No? Okay. All right. You should talk to Davis. I don't know if he's here.
He probably left.
He probably left, yeah. How are you?
Good. Very happy to be here.
Coach told me you're nervous.
A little bit, yeah.
Why? We've done some cat connections. You've been on Bobcat Live before.
I don't know. Public speaking is just not a skill I have at the moment.
We're building that.
Yes.
You do play volleyball really well, though. Good game on Tuesday nights. Sure had feel good to get off to a 3-0 victory and a 1-0 start on the season. What was your kind of thoughts on the performance of the team on Tuesday?
I think we had a really good offense. We were hitting really good. Our passes were really good, and just our serving was really good. I think we only had like 4 more serves in like a set, so that was really cool.
Yeah, it was really good serving and great effort all around. So you set her a little bit, but also right side, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, all right. So what's the difference for people who aren't, extreme volleyball aficionados, I guess, the difference between the two and like just your responsibilities?
For setting and hitting?
Being like right side and setter.
Setting, you set to the hitter so the hitter can hit the ball, and hitter, you have to find like the court and you have to like hit it and like score the points, kind of. So
well, I just wanted. I was hoping to say you can't go on the left side if you're a right side.
Oh.
No, I'm just kidding. Can you go on the left side if you're a right side hitter? As long as you stay in.
Well, no, because it's more to it. There's like serve receive, so like sometimes you can't rotate right away. Sometimes like you're stuck on the outside, but you need to go to the right side. But so you have to like stay for one. That's what we say. Stay for one. So you hit it, the ball goes over, then you go down. Go back to your right side.
That is the one thing. Like the other night, there was a few things that the officials were going. I think there was a legal substitution by Fort Dodge at one point. But it always seems like early on in the season, that's a tough thing, right? Like getting everybody in the rotation, especially when you work in the libero. I mean, for me, I think it would be hard. Maybe not for you. You probably work on it all the time, right?
It's just kind of, I don't know. It
Following
comes
the flow.
with like experience,
Yeah.
We have like 9 seniors on this team, so we all have the experience where we just kind of know.
Yeah.
Stuff.
That's something you're not always familiar with because in basketball, you're the only one of your class. Are we going to get any other seniors?
Sydney's a senior.
Oh, you're a senior this year?
She's graduating early this year with us.
Whoa, give it up. Sydney Capello. All right. So, I wasn't wrong, though. You're technically a junior, though, but you're graduating. Okay. All right, so you were the only one. Now you have
I'm so happy.
You have a friend in the game,
Yes.
I guess you could say. All right, so that blows my next question. Never mind. But being, kind of a leader amongst the pack, I mean, that's where I was going after is, like with basketball, last year you were the only junior in that class in smaller upper class. So being able to kind of lead some of the younger volleyball players now, what's that like for you to kind of take on that responsibility?
I like it. I've always liked being like a leader and stuff. I like helping like the underclassmen like know the ways of high school and stuff, and just like being there for like their support and stuff. I really like that.
All right, so your sister was watching? Is that
Yes.
right? All right, she was watching on Tuesday night. I'm calling the game, and I'm not sure if it was your mom. Maybe she came over.
Yeah.
Was it your mom? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. She goes, "Are you at commercial break?" I said, "Yeah. What's up?" And she told me that your sister was watching down at Simpson, and apparently all the girls down at Simpson were watching. So, all right. So, does she play volleyball then down there?
No,
Okay.
she was their manager, and she had the whole Simpson volleyball team watch all the games one year. It was pretty fun. But
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, we appreciate the support as well. What other activities? I know basketball you're involved in. What else are you doing?
I do tennis.
Okay.
And then I do like National Honor Society, but like that's just like in the school stuff. But that's about it.
Well, that stuff matters too.
Yeah, I mean I do a lot more, but like it's just hard to.
Okay. You do speech.
I need to do speech.
Anyway, best of luck the rest of the season. Thanks so much for coming on tonight. Good to see you.
you.
All right, give it up. Volleyball ladies 1-0 on the season. Their next game at Hoover on Tuesday. You'll see it right here on KFJB-TV. Hey, by the way, for the month of August and September, all guests here at Wayward Social given the option to round up for their transaction to the next dollar or a different amount to be donated to Marshalltown High School Athletics. So help out today when you come by Wayward Social and right here on your home for the Cats, KFJB-TV.
At Greg Young Automotive, we go the extra mile for our customers across Iowa. Why do customers choose us and keep coming back? Because our commitment to exceptional service and satisfaction never wavers. With our extensive network of dealerships throughout Iowa, we leverage unbeatable pricing and offer a better inventory selection than other dealerships. Visit any of our 6 locations across the state and experience the Greg Young difference, where we'll go the extra mile for you.
Some drivers trade cars every year or every other year. Some drive their cars till they drop. Whatever kind of driver you are, Lennox Employees Credit Union is here to get you into the car for your style of driving. You're invited to go to our website, lennoxecu.com, for membership eligibility and loan rates, or call the office to talk to a loan officer. The loan process is quick and easy. Low auto loan rates from Lennox Employees Credit Union, 1004 East Main Street in Marshalltown. Member NCUA.
Marshalltown High School Marching Band. Winter Bannister is on with us, normally playing the tuba, but I believe you play other instruments. I think I've seen you playing other ones. All right, what all instruments do you play?
Oh, boy.
Mellophone?
I play the mellophone. I play trumpet, tuba, drum set, mostly brass instruments.
Okay.
And percussion, yeah.
What led you to want to take on so many different instruments? Just a love of music?
Yeah, I really self-teach myself a lot of these instruments, and just motivate myself.
In what way? Are you watching YouTube channels, or are you just reading music, or messing around, or?
Yeah, just messing around most of the time. Not gonna lie.
I think he asked me to play sousaphone this year.
Okay.
And I said yes. He's like, what?
Really? I didn't think he was going to say
He was just trying to test you.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Brett Umpton with us. Thanks so much for bringing the band out. This is awesome to see this. It is, we got band members in the back. If you are able to, either Winter or Brett, just kind of call out who we have here at Bobcat Live.
That's all you.
Ashley, flute player. Alyssa, drum major. Giselle, mellophone player. Aaron, color guard. Another Giselle. Tenor sax. Matilda, trombone. Baritone, euphonium. She does a lot. Back there we have Andy, mellophone. Emma on sousaphone. Isaiah Warnell, I think, is back there somewhere on bass clarinet. And who did I miss? Ashlyn and Ronan and Isaiah Wilder.
And we got Jacob Seeberger and Parker Christian.
They're doubling on golf. They're doubling on the golf. So you'll see them on the golf.
That's awesome. The commitment and the hours. I mean, we see maybe football out there practicing in August, but you and the marching band were already practicing in August as well, too, getting ready for your long season of marching and competitions, not only on Friday nights, but outside of that. So when did kind of the band grind, I guess you could say, start this not quite fall, but summer?
It started in June, so technically right when school got out, we started to work on our music. We had a 4-week intensive. Then we have 2 Monday evening rehearsals during the summer, and then we started more full-time beginning of August. And we're out there in the morning, 9 to noon and 1 to 4. Sometimes we'll have an evening rehearsal.
Wow.
We're excited for the progress that we've got so far. Students have worked hard. The staff that is able to help, color guard coach and assistant band director, Brian Lusatter, has been fantastic to help the team move along. And we're really excited for our first game.
Yeah, and so it takes a lot of people moving in the right direction, right, to get all the moving parts of a marching band together. I mean, it's not just where, the tubas and the trumpets or clarinets or whoever may be moving where, but you factor in the color guard. So bringing in all those parts, I mean, how much preparation does that kind of take on your end and your staff's end?
It takes a lot of planning before rehearsals to make sure we have a plan of what we want to accomplish. And then the drill writer is also a component that puts it into the computer to tell people where to go. Then we got the music element and then the drill element, and then making sure the color guard functions in and around that and helps amplify our exposure and our musical element.
So you've got winter, you've got concert band, you've got jazz band, you've got pep band, you've got solo competitions, and whatever it may be. What's number one for you? Right. What do you love the most to do?
Probably marching band.
Marching band?
Yeah.
And you're doing tuba during marching band?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And then the drums during pep band, I've seen you out there drumming. I love the hockey jerseys that you guys wear out there. Those are awesome. What's music mean to you, though?
It really just connects with other people. It's just bringing multiple instruments together to make a sound is just what makes me happy. So that's why I do it a lot.
Yeah. Plus, I mean, it's one of those things where when you learn something and pick it up, maybe I'm a little partial to this because I played music as well. I always feel like if you can read music, you might be a pretty smart person. It's not for everybody, right? I mean,
right.
It's a pretty tough thing to, not only teach yourself, new things, but read music and make sure the timing and all the different aspects.
Yep.
And one thing I wanted to bring up was that we don't have a JV team and a varsity team. Our marching band is everybody, 9 through 12. So we really have to work together as a team to put on our show the way we need to. We'll have our first movement ready for our game. Excited for the theme, Nightmare Before Christmas. We got our shirts today, so we're excited to keep moving and adding more elements.
All right, so that's the whole theme. We'll see kind of a build-up between now and the end of the football season and homecoming.
If you're familiar with the 1993 film, kind of picks and does a little medley. We have 3 movements, so we're excited to get it together and show it off for the community. And we have 3 competitions this year that we're looking forward to. A new one this year, Mid-Iowa Band Championships in Ankeny. We have our state competition, and then our first one is in Urbandale.
Okay, awesome. What do you kind of prepare for those competitions? Is it just, in your mind? I mean, because there's kind of a buildup and an excitement for those days and those competition days, making sure everything's right.
Yeah, just a lot of practice, and if you practice a lot by yourself, it helps a lot too. But if you get like a group of friends together that plays other instruments, you get a feeling of what they play, so you know what you're listening for on the on the actual field.
Yeah. So are you a senior? You're a senior this year.
Yep.
I know you're out for football as well. What other activities are you involved in?
I'm also in choir. I think that's it for first semester. And jazz band.
Yeah. After your senior year, you have any plans?
Either MCC or Central. I don't know yet.
Okay. All right. Are you looking to play music at the next level, or?
Probably, yeah.
Okay. That's awesome. Well, keep up the great work. What are we going to have coming back from break here? What's the next?
Another fight song.
Fight song? All right. Do you want to? Are you going to sing it, or are you going to be playing?
You want me to sing it? I can sing it.
All right, we'll get you out there singing it with the band, all right?
I'll sing it.
All right, great. Hey, give it up for a winner, and Brett Umpton with us here on Bobcat Live, Marshalltown High School Marching Band. Hey, by the way, it is $2 off cheese balls tonight. That's our special. Next week, it is $1 off the jumbo pretzel as well. So a lot of different specials out here at Wayward Social, so we hope to see you and join us for Bobcat Live right here on KFJB-TV.
The right insurance agent can make all the difference. Assured Partners agents represent multiple insurance companies. They can pick and choose from a larger variety of outstanding insurance options. Assured Partners also handles life and health insurance and Medicare supplement coverage. With access to local, regional, and national insurance companies, Assured Partners will create policies tailored to the coverage you need. For more information, go online to assuredpartners.com/Marshalltown. Power through partnership with Assured Partners in Marshalltown, Toledo, and West Des Moines.
Welcome back to Bobcat Live. Give it up for the Marshalltown High School Marching Band as we switch and talk golf now. Ty Fultis on the end with us here, senior. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. Thanks for coming out to Bobcat Live. And Adam Boone with us as well, another senior on the golf team. You guys practice today?
We had a meet today up in Mason City.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You did. How did it go?
We won the invite. I played all right. Ty played pretty well.
Yeah, I played pretty well.
Okay, you guys got first place. Who was all there today?
Fort Dodge, Mason City, Waterloo East, a bunch of other schools.
Conference opponents. Good stuff. Well, off to a pretty good start this season. You guys have been challenged as well. I know you went over to Cedar Rapids, had some tough competition overall, but how do you feel like your golf game is right now, Adam?
I feel like it's fine. I'm not hitting the ball like I want it to right now, but just figure it out this weekend. Next week be a new week and just try to figure it out and play better golf. So.
Yeah, new slate every week for golf. That's kind of the biggest thing for golf, right? I mean, it's just kind of forgetting. I know Coach mentioned it last time, forgetting that last shot and moving on.
Yeah. Yep.
All right, Ty, how do you feel like your game is so far this year?
It's pretty solid. Feel like I'm being consistent. Just trying to get the scores lower, putting them out there.
Mm-hmm.
Just providing the team a good score.
Yeah. How many rounds do you try to do during the summer to get yourself ready for a season?
Oh, I'm out there almost every day.
Yeah.
Like after work, I'll just go out there and play, or before work, I'll go out there and play. But any days off, during the summer, that's where it's kind of like a second home. Just always out there.
Yeah.
Playing.
Ty, how many rounds do you think maybe you got in?
Yeah, I go out there every day. Just practice the short game, irons.
Mm-hmm. Do you find it more beneficial to go out and play, 9, or to maybe go out and just work on putting or chipping one day, that kind of thing?
It really depends. Like, it's good to take those days off from the course, from playing, and really practice what you need to on the range, putting, chipping. Once you do that, it gets you better, and it pays off in the end. So.
Yeah. What's your strategy, Ty? Are you going out there play 9, or do you think it's beneficial to take some of those kind of side sessions, I guess you could say?
The side sessions are better, just so you can get the feel instead of just going out to play and mess around. Take it more serious.
Yeah. All right, so, we have a lot of great courses here in town to play, but what's your favorite course overall to play?
I'd probably say Elmwood.
Yeah.
It's my home course. Been playing it for a while. I get the feel for it. It just feels really good.
Yeah.
Adam? Elmwood, no doubt about it. Nothing competes with it. So.
Yeah, I had never played until we got our opportunity to golf around with you guys a few weeks ago, and we look forward to unveiling that one on KFJB-TV coming up. But when you play a new course, what's kind of your strategy? I mean, when you go play, maybe it's a postseason tournament, I mean, do you guys get a chance to go the day before and kind of look at the course layout, or what's kind of your management on a new course that maybe you're not 100% familiar with?
So last year we went up and did a practice round for districts up at Fort Dodge Country Club where we played districts. Didn't do so well there, but yeah, just get a couple practice rounds, get a feel for the course, knowing where our lines are, pick your lines, know your shots. Yeah.
Ty, is there any kind of strategy you have for a new course that you might be unfamiliar with?
Just go play smart out there. Think about each shot. Know what you need to do. Just trust your shot shape. Trust what you believe in.
Yeah. You guys, I don't know what you thought of my golf game, but that's the one thing I hate is I don't get much time to play like a lot of rounds, but that's the key to it. Like it with anything, I mean, it could be band or it could be any other sport, but being able to be consistent and, get those rounds in, much like I know you play basketball, getting your shot down, that kind of thing. So is there a point where you kind of know, hey, I'm really in my comfort zone with your golf game, or is that kind of an ever-evolving thing?
Yeah, once I get a good round in, good score, that's when I'm like, I just feel the most confident. I'm like, all right, good golf's coming my way. Just go out there, shoot a good score, play good golf, and then just feel better about myself. So.
Yeah. I know you do tennis, golf, basketball. What other activities, sports or school-wise?
That's really about it.
You got it?
Yeah.
Ty, how about you?
I'm probably going to do tennis this year.
Okay.
Just have fun.
Yeah.
Since it's my last year.
Yeah. Why not? Senior year. You guys, either of you have plans for the next level?
I don't know. I think I'm going to go to flight school somewhere.
Okay.
Go and pilot. So.
Awesome. Look at you, man. How about you, Ty?
Probably just go to MCC.
Okay.
Get my AA for business.
Yeah. It's good avenue. I went with Community College Way before I went to UNI, so always a good thing. MCC, a lot of great things going on out there as well too. So hey, best of luck the rest of the season, guys. Thanks so much for coming on tonight. Appreciate it. Hey, Ty Fultis, Adam Boone with us here on Bobcat Live on KFJB-TV.
Wayward Social is the place for fun. With 20 lanes of bowling, leagues for all levels, great food and drink options, an awesome arcade, there is a ton of fun to be had at Wayward Social. And that's just on the inside. Step outside and enjoy patio life at Gutter Point with drinks, shuffleboard, live music, and fun atmosphere. Follow Wayward Social on Facebook for updates on specials and live music. It is all on South 6th Street in Marshalltown. Visit wayward-social.com to plan your next visit to the place for fun.
Sportsmanship starts with us.
As a student athlete, I need to model good behavior and represent my school appropriately.
That means respecting my teammates, coaches, opponents, the officials, and fans.
If I do that, so will others, and being a good sport becomes a way of life.
To all of Iowa's student athletes getting ready to compete, remember, sportsmanship starts with us.
Awesome stuff right there by the Marshalltown Marching Band. Now joining us, Jeff Tice. He is the Miller AD, Activities Director, on with us. I'm sure it's kind of fun to see because you've seen a lot of these faces at the high school level come through Miller, I bet.
Yes, I have. I recognized Davis. He's gotten a lot bigger since middle school. And, of course, I've known, not Tyler, the other one.
Winter that was on here?
Yeah, I knew Winter.
Yep.
And then, I've seen a lot of familiar faces.
Yeah.
Lot
That's
so.
They do tend to take a leap between middle school and probably about that freshman, sophomore year. That is for sure. So, Jeff, thanks so much for coming on tonight. Absolutely. And we've got a lot of activities starting to fire up for Miller Middle School. I know that football's been going for at least a couple of weeks now. I think volleyball gets going next week and activities. So what's kind of the rundown for middle school athletics right now?
Well, it is a busy time of year for us at Miller Middle School. I don't know if you ever worked with middle schoolers, but they can be tough to get going at a certain point. You're right. Football's been going for at least a week or two. The weather hasn't been really conducive for practices. They've had to have a few practices inside the building. But I talked to the coach last night at our Meet the Teacher night at Miller. I asked him how it was going. He said the kids are very positive. They're working hard. His numbers are good right now, so hopefully we get some more numbers when school starts and we get some more kids signed up. So.
Yeah. Maybe at the high school level, kids can hitch a ride from a senior or something of that nature. At the middle school level, though, that becomes a little bit hard. You're relying on parents, and that, a lot of parents work, and, practice times might not fall in a convenient time for them to break away from work. So is there anything that you guys look at, or is that something that's kind of ever evolving as helping some of the kids who, before school starts, because you've got such a late start to the school year, I'm sure that maybe is a little bit of a challenge.
Yeah, the late school start this year did kind of throw a wrench into things a little bit. It is hard for some kids to get to a practice before school starts, and that's why we're hoping that when school does start and we have we'll still have sign-up sheets available for the kids to sign up for football or volleyball, wherever it might be. So we're hoping that we can get our numbers up even higher than they are. But it's difficult for kids to get there if they want to get there. They might have to watch a sibling at home, or they might have to, it's just difficult for some kids.
Yeah, for sure. As you've been in your tenure for quite some time as far as leading activities, what have you seen? I mean, there's been the addition of other sports. I mean, it's kind of evolving all the time. I know you've added girls wrestling, right? Yep. So, I mean, there's a lot of different opportunities for kids.
There are. We're really excited about girls wrestling starting this year. We've had girls wrestlers over the last 2 or 3 years, but they've competed against the boys. They've practiced with the boys. They've competed against the boys. Sometimes they compete against each other. But this year, with them having their own season, and it'll be after Christmas break, so it'll start early January. So then they don't have to pick between girls basketball and wrestling. They can do both. And we're hoping that helps to grow both of those sports, because before they've always had to kind of pick, well, do I want play girls basketball, or do I want to do girls wrestling? So then they had to make a decision. So, girls basketball numbers have been kind of low here the last, 4 or 5 years. So we hope that the numbers can go up with the girls wrestling season starting after the first of the year.
Yeah, and the thing that I think is great about at Miller, we've got a 7th and 8th grader there right now, and so being able to kind of have the kids try some things where they can kind of narrow down, like, no, that's not for me, or I really like that sport. I mean, you kind of feel like middle school is that age where the kids are able to really figure out what they really maybe want to do long term.
Yeah, that's kind of our philosophy. That is our philosophy at Miller. We want as many kids to go out for as many things and get in as many clubs as they can to try to hopefully figure out, hey, maybe they didn't think they would like to play volleyball, but then they got in there, they decided they did like it. So maybe they get, to the point to where they could play on the high school team at the next level. So, and same with football or any other sport. I mean, 7th grade football, not a lot of boys have been subjected to tackle football until that point. And, basketball too, 7th grade boys basketball or girls basketball. Maybe they haven't been able to compete in a team type thing with basketball. So, yeah, we encourage our kids to try everything. And if they don't like it, they don't like it. But if they do, hopefully they can flourish in that sport and and go on to the next level.
Yeah, we're going to talk to the MFL coming up here with Melissa Anderson in just a second because, yeah, that opportunity at a young age, maybe not everybody, again, it could be a transportation or weekends are busy or parents are working, that kind of thing. And so last question for you here. People want to find out more about what you offer at the middle school, how kids can become involved in activities, because I've always heard growing up, and I believe it, the more you're kind of involved, the less you're going to have that free time to, maybe make poor decisions.
Yeah. Well, I mean, at Miller right now for the fall, we have, of course, football going. Volleyball will start when school starts. 7th and 8th grade girls volleyball. Cross country, boys and girls, 7th and 8th grade cross country will be starting. I think it's the second day of school. That's going to be the difficult thing this year for volleyball and cross country is with our late start. Football started practicing a week and a half or 2 weeks ago. But volleyball has not been on the court yet. So they will start practicing our second day of school. And I believe that 7th grade and 8th grade, both their first games are the 9th of September. So
wow.
That's going to be a quick turnaround.
Yeah.
But I believe in our coaches. Speaking of coaches, right now we have 8th grade coaches, but we have no 7th grade coaches right now.
Oh, wow.
So if anybody in the listening area knows of anybody who would be interested in coaching 7th grade girls basketball at Miller, we would love to hear from you. This is a situation that we've never been in, and we've reached out to the community. We've reached out to other professionals in the Marshalltown Community School District, and just haven't had any luck. We had kind of a perfect storm last year. Our head coach had a baby, so she wanted to take a year off. Our assistant coach had twins, so he wanted to take a year off.
Oh, man.
And then our third coach, her daughter's moved up to 8th grade, so she wants to be able to watch her daughter play.
Yeah,
so
yeah, understandable.
it's just one of those things, and I don't blame any of them for any of that, obviously, but
Yep.
it's just and we've never had trouble finding volleyball coaches, so it's just a different year. So.
All right. So is there a website or anything, or just pick up the phone and call? Or
they can get on our Marshalltown Community, they can get on our Miller website. They can contact me. My email, jtice@marshalltown.k12.ia.us. Or they can give me a call at Miller at 641-754-1110.
Awesome.
Just ask for me.
Thanks for the time tonight, Jeff. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Hey, making your debut here on Bobcat Live. Hey, we will take one quick time out, and we'll talk with the MFL when we come back right here on KFJB-TV.
Miller Middle School turns 100 next year. It has served generations of Marshalltown students well. Education has changed dramatically since Miller opened in 1925. Miller faces a long list of challenges, including limited technology capabilities, lack of space for learning, gathering, and new programming to prepare our students for the next step in their journey. Voters will consider a referendum in November to reimagine Miller for future generations. To learn more, go to marshalltowncsdfuture.com.
In Iowa, we are fortunate to have a lot of opportunities to get involved in at our schools.
Athletics and activities have so many positive effects. From learning how to build relationships and healthy lifestyles,
And gain self-esteem and confidence.
Make participation a priority. You and your school will benefit.
Here's a pop-up to right field. On a bounty, has it, dives to her left and makes huge win here in the roundhouse. A late play over to first, and they got him just in time. And a save. Ignacio Macias. Hey, hi, Mom. Awesome to have the Marshalltown High School Marching Band. Thanks so much for them coming out tonight here at Bobcat Live, and thanks for all the support. Great crowd again out here at Wayward Social. Welcoming in Melissa Anderson, secretary of the Marshalltown Football League. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Are you a former Bobcat, by the way?
I am not.
Okay, all right. But I imagine you've got ties, obviously, with the MFL and into the Marshalltown School District, and being able to kind of be in your role and see, the young kids get started and work their way up. And now, my stepson Deegan, he played in the MFL. He's in 8th grade now, and that kind of thing. It's just to be out there on a Saturday and see the kids and as they grow is really kind of a unique experience out there, right?
It is definitely a unique experience. I have 2 boys of my own, and they both play. Well, Andrew doesn't anymore because he's also in 8th grade playing football for Miller. So it's definitely an interesting experience as a mom and a board member watching the kids grow from going 1st grade all the way up to 6th grade. It's such a unique experience. 1st grade, they don't tackle us hard. It's more like, oh, I'm going to give you a big old bear hug. But then in 6th grade, they go wham, right into it. And it's just like, ooh, did that hurt? I'm not sure. But, as a mom, I'm like, oh, they're protected. They got their helmets. They got their pads. We got that athletic trainer on site. As a board, we always want to make sure that their safety is always number 1.
Yeah.
And so, it's nice that that's there for the youth there.
Yeah, for sure. And it's a really good opportunity for kids to kind of try out exactly, one, if they like it and maybe what position they would be good at and a lot of different aspects. Plus, you're kind of teaching them some life skills too.
Definitely, showing up and supporting each other and, doing sportsmanship. All of our refs who come in from Des Moines, they give out little tokens at the end of the games to show who has done the best with sportsmanship. So I also think that's a great thing. So, hopefully that'll lead into not only on the field, but also into the school and into the lives.
Oh, yeah, 100%. So the season gets kicked off on September 9th, right around the corner, and practices, I'm assuming, are already underway.
Yes, and that's why my husband wasn't able to join us tonight. He is coaching the 3rd and 4th graders this year.
Awesome.
So, yeah.
Awesome. How are numbers this year?
Numbers are good. We have about 200 participants this year.
Wow, that's awesome.
Girls and boys.
That's great. How many girls?
I want to say about 10.
Okay. That's awesome.
That's still a lot more than we had in the past.
Yeah, that's awesome. Kind of taking that leap out there, know? Yeah.
I always cheer extra hard for those girls when they go through the lines, come and get their equipment and everything.
Yeah.
And so
that's awesome. All right. I know you guys have a website and things like that. If people want to find out more information, maybe somebody last minute kind of hearing about the MFL, didn't really know that was an opportunity for their child, how can people find out more info?
Well, our website is gomfl.org, but the best is actually to email us at, excuse me, I have a brain fart.
Sorry, I'm putting you on the spot here.
It's okay, Brandon. It's just been a long day. It's MT Future. No, that's not it.
Okay.
Sorry.
But I know you have a Facebook page as well, too.
We do.
So
we post
plenty
a
of ways
lot,
to be able to.
and then we also do Messenger on that, too.
Okay, yeah. So if people want to find out more, they can definitely do it that way. So the season's going to kick off, and that's going to be a big day on September 9th for you, right?
It is, yes. I think we have about 7 games planned. So actually, 7 games, but 14.
Okay.
Because it's 2 games per slot.
Field. Oh, yeah, and the slots, and they're all kind of staggered and all that kind of stuff. Plus, when you go out there, it's always a great smell, and you get the burgers cooking on the grill and all that good stuff.
Yes, and we also now have pulled pork.
Oh, wow. Look at you guys. That's
we have
awesome.
upgraded our concession stand.
So you're basically like tailgating at the games.
Definitely, and we accept card now.
Okay.
That was a big thing. We hadn't accepted card for a while. So.
That's awesome. Well, thanks so much for coming out. MFL doing great things here in the community, and it's really fun to see the kids out there growing and learning out there on the football field. And you also rely a lot on volunteers too, right?
All volunteer positions.
Coaches and that kind of thing.
Board members. The only paid position is the refs.
Yeah. All right. Melissa Anderson, Secretary of the MFL, keeping everybody's money in line, right?
That's a tough job, along with keeping all the names straight.
Yeah, that's for sure. Thanks so much. Appreciate it.
You.
All right, that will wrap up Bobcat Live at Wayward Social. We'll talk to you next Wednesday right here from 6 to 7 on your home for the Cats, KFJB.